Once in a while, we need to get away from the pressures and distractions of the town and city, away to a place where we can slow down and consider what life is all about. There is a place for children, families, and adults, a place where faith can be renewed and spiritual strength restored. And that place is Luther Hill.
I love coming here.
Luther Hill Ministry is the outdoor ministry for the Texas-Louisiana Gulf Coast Synod of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America. Here, campers can take a high ropes adventure, go for a swim, hike, and enjoy the great outdoors.
Luther Hill is awesome.
They learn about God and His wonderful love given through Jesus Christ, make new friends that last a lifetime, and return home strengthened in their faith and with a renewed commitment to their church and their community. In the 1950s, faithful church leaders sought land in order to fulfill their vision for a Lutheran outdoor ministry. Luther Hill began on 25 acres of land that had previously been used as a pump station for Phillips Petroleum. The existing buildings were converted into summer cabins and a worship and administration center. In 1954, 1,700 people attended the camp's dedication. By 1958, 10 additional acres were added to the site, and a pool was built. In the early 1960s, 6 new cabins and an outdoor chapel were added.
I've been a part of camping ministry as a camper since I fibbed about my age to go there the first time more years ago than I'm going to admit. I know of nothing else in the church with the potential to transform lives, with greater potential to transform lives than the camping ministry.
We need to be very focused on the future of the church, the future leaders. Today, the camp is stronger. It has great leadership, great support from across the Synod. This campaign will help take the next steps to serve more children, more families, more adults, more congregations, and strengthen all of our faith.
When I think about people getting away, there has to be a partnership with the congregation and the camping ministry so that on this end we're helping them succeed to take care of matters here, perhaps with children, so the adults can go away and to learn.
It feels like you're right next to God here at this camp, and you're surrounded by other people who believe the same things you believe, and so it just makes it a lot easier to get closer with God and walk deeper with Him while you're here.
Since its inception, Luther Hill has served as a summer camp and year-round retreat center, a place for all people of every generation to experience the love of Christ in unique settings and new ways. Attendance at Luther Hill has grown each year and has reached record levels over the last 4 years. Providing a natural setting, Luther Hill is located just outside LaGrange, Texas, not far from Austin, San Antonio, and Houston, and it's less than a 4-hour drive from Dallas. This makes Luther Hill an ideal location for people to experience the natural wonders of God's creation.
Luther Hill, with the hill being the basis of camp, is really cool. It allows for a lot of awesome, scenic views and worships and sunsets. The setting and nature-wise itself adds just a certain element that you're not at home. This is a different place, and it kind of makes you feel special.
Campers get to know new friends and gain confidence through Christ-centered relationships with others. Many campers return annually and later become camp leaders and counselors.
Being involved in the LaGrange community, I just see it as so much of an asset, not only for our area, but the whole Synod in general.
I always say that our children are not the church of the future, they're the church right here, right now. They have the capability of making an impact on their churches, on their communities, in their schools. If that camp wouldn't have been there, I may not be a pastor today.
This campaign, A Place for All People, is our attempt now to expand Luther Hill's facilities to match its expanding programs. In the last couple of years, Luther Hill has seen dramatic growth in its programs. In fact, 103% growth in the last 4 years. This summer we had 2,572 children in the programs in Luther Hill. That growth has caused us some challenge in our facilities. Last week I was here on camp with the folks that are designing our new septic system. And they asked me where our pipes were. And I said, I don't know, but I can show you. If you look down in front of me, you'll see some grass that's greener than the rest of the grass. In fact, this happens all over Luther Hill. The pipes that are supposed to be carrying the septic out to the treatment area let a little bit out into the ground, and that's a bit of a danger. But they also let a little bit of water into the pipe, which means that the treatment center we currently have is overloaded by the water that gets into the septic. If Luther Hill's going to be a good steward of the resources that are given to the camp, we have to put an infrastructure in place that will ensure that the gifts that are made to Luther Hill will sustain for a lifetime.
Luther Hill's goal is to have a place for all people of all ages, but the current adult accommodations are substandard, and improvements must be made to welcome the disabled, the elderly, and the mobility challenged. There is no facility that allows for an all-camp group activity. The septic and water systems are failing, even current use, and will most certainly not support expansion. The Place for All People campaign has been launched to address these needs.
One of the things as we go forward is a lot of the buildings are getting older, and just to have some new facilities and where we have more kids out there.
I think Luther Hill, every time I look at it, it's a beautiful setting, and it's got so much potential. And I can see it serving not only my congregation and the congregations of our synod, but really being a regional center. My vision, my hope, is that it would be kind of like a shining star in the ELCA, just an outstanding example of what a camping outdoor ministry can evolve into.
I could see room for doing staff retreats, for doing council retreats being incredibly valuable, and because they're out of space, there's just some things that can't happen. Luther Hill's expansion will make it possible to do more of those kinds of faith-building events that ultimately leads to making disciples.
Your help is needed to complete the important projects that will continue to allow Luther Hill to share the love of Christ for generations. Projects include building a new sewage treatment plant, removing and replacing 6 cabins, and constructing a new retreat and health center that will serve campers and staff during the summer and will provide a new and improved retreat facility the rest of the year.
My observation of people is if it's really important, whatever it is, we get her done.
And that's our goal in life, is to leave the world just a little better than we found it.
You will see the benefits. I'm a living example.
There's something for everyone here. It's not just kids that can grow spiritually. Any age can grow spiritually, and anyone can.
Get out there. Get out there, see it. Spend some time out there so you can see what a wonderful resource we have in our synod, and support it with everything you got.
Why should we do this now? Because we have to.
The campaign goal is $3 million. This challenging goal is presented to the Texas-Louisiana Gulf Coast Synod congregations, families, and individuals for their generous response. Gifts will be received from individuals, families, and foundations, as well as funds raised from congregation campaign efforts. With your support, Luther Hill can continue to be a place for all people of every generation to experience the love of Christ in unique settings and new ways.